Hi guys, today I'm back with another what I eat in a day. I'm going to be showing you what I eat in a day. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Basically, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, but I don't want to follow any particular diet and like remove a food group because that for me is not sustainable in the long term. I just want to eat the meals that I want to eat on a regular day anyways, but just in smaller and smarter portions. And of course, trying to inject a little bit more nutrients in there as well. So obviously upping my fruits and vegetables. So not following any particular diet, and it's not really like diet food. So even if you're not trying to lose weight, I think these are great recipes and you can just adjust to your taste or your preferences. So let's go ahead and get started. For breakfast this morning, I'm gonna do a breakfast burrito, I guess we could call it. I have these flat out multigrain flax wraps, and these are quite good. I bought them initially to use for pizza, but yesterday I made a breakfast burrito and I thought it was great. So in one flatbread, there's 140 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 8 grams of sugar, and they're a little bit lower in carb when it comes to wrap products, which I don't really monitor that kind of thing, but just in case you were curious. So I'm going to use that. Then I have some Jack's special salsa that's in medium. I'm going to use 1 egg and then bulk it up with some egg whites. It's a great way to get a little more protein and not too much fat in there. And then normally I'll use like a turkey sausage, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use this it's an Eve's veggie sausage. So it's a vegetarian, I think potentially vegan option. I can't remember. I took the packaging out so I could wrap them all, and I reused the plastic bag, and then I just put the nutrition on the back so I know what's in there. So I have my egg and my sausage on there, and I actually only used about, I would say, a sausage, about 3/4 of the sausage. So I'm going to eat the rest of that on the side and just put a little bit of salsa on there. You could also put your salsa on the in the eggs when you're cooking them. I like to do that too, but I kind of like the hot and coldness of this way. And then on the side I'm going to have a whole mango. These are Alfonso mangoes, I think they're called. They're a little bit smaller. We actually bought like an entire case from Walmart for 10 bucks, so we've been eating them all week, but I find they're a little bit sweeter and a little bit less almost grainy and fibrous than the average. I think they're red mangoes. Nothing new here, but I'm gonna have, where can I put it? There's so many things. There's a lot of things going on here this morning. I'm gonna have espresso with a splash of almond milk, and then something new that I've been drinking. I'm not going to actually drink this, I think, with my breakfast. I generally drink it about like 30 minutes after for no particular reason. But it is this from Sunripe. It is their Slim. I've tried the, oh, that's the French. I've tried the lemonade and I really like that. And I like this tropical mango one as well. It is quite sweet, but in a cup there's about 10 calories. It's not really like full of, you know, nutrients or anything, but it is really satisfying if you do kind of want something sweet. And it's sweetened with Splenda. I'm not a huge like artificial sweetener person. I find they can kind of like you can kind of taste it, but I don't taste it too much in this, so I really like this. I think I've talked about this before, but whenever I buy fruits and vegetables, or at least I try to do this every single time I buy something, I will cut it up and have it at the ready, because especially with like a watermelon or a pineapple, if it's not ready, I'm going to be less likely to reach for it. Even though I love watermelon, I've had many a watermelon and pineapple go bad in my fridge. So I just cut it up right away. I've been eating this all week, so it's kind of getting towards the end of it here. I'm probably going to finish this off, but love watermelon. It's so juicy and so sweet. It's a really satisfying little snack. So for lunch today, I'm going to be having kind of like a caprese salad style open-faced sandwich, I guess we'll call it. But I've got a ciabatta bun here, and then actually let me show you how I have a ciabatta bun, and then I have some bocconcini. This is a fresh soft cheese, and a lot of the time you can buy it in light. I couldn't find it at the store. Then I have these Gigantor. If you're not a fan of mushrooms, you can totally leave it off this dish, but it is kind of a, I guess it's a vegetarian dish, so I like having something a little bit hearty on there, and I love portobello mushrooms and fresh basil. And then lastly, I made the only kind of meal prepped item of the things here is this tomato jam that I made. You could easily just put fresh tomatoes, but I really like the tomato jam. This meal was inspired by HelloFresh. I did one of their boxes a few weeks back, and I really, really love this meal, so I thought I would recreate it. And you could easily cook your mushrooms ahead of time too if you wanted, but I'm just gonna cook mine now. But let me show you how I meal prepped the tomato jam. Super simple. There's no recipe here, so I just chopped up a red onion along with some tomatoes. I like to use tomatoes on the vine, but you can use whatever tomatoes you want. And I think I'm actually watching a What I Eat in a Day. I can't remember because this was actually a little while ago. But in a pan, I then just added the onions and tomatoes, added a little bit of water just to kind of help it along, but don't add too much because it's then going to get too watery. The tomatoes release a lot of water. Adding in some balsamic vinegar, salt, and pepper, and letting that cook down on low just kind of while I'm doing everything else. Then you'll see it gets quite liquidy. At this point, I added in coconut sugar just because I had it, but I've also used maple syrup before. You can kind of use whatever you want as a sweetening agent, and chilies are good too. So I've toasted my buns just a little bit, and I've ever so slightly heated up my tomato jam. I mean, I'm calling it a tomato jam. I made up the recipe myself. Is it a tomato jam? I guess. I don't know. Then this is what the bocconcini looks like before I cut it. But I like to cut it so that it goes a little bit further. That way I get more cheese coverage. And this is so good. Like, I look forward to this meal. I've meal prepped it a few times now. This is probably my third time meal prepping it. And then on top, my basil. So I'm gonna pop this under the broiler so that I can get the cheese to melt. And then here it is after it has been broiled. As soon as I start to see like those marks on the cheese, it's perfection. I just put a little salt and pepper on mine, but you can put more chili flakes, more balsamic. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat this right now. Gonna have some oven baked Cheetos. This is like a 100-calorie pack or just over 100 calories. I really like these. I find them quite similar to a regular Cheeto, although I haven't had a regular Cheeto in a very, very long time, so I can't totally vouch for that, but it's nice because it's calorie portioned. It feels like snacky and cheesy and crunchy and salty, so it satisfies that, but I can't really overdo it. Well, I mean, I could have a second pack, but I am just gonna have this one pack, and it gets the job done. So it is now time for dinner, and as you can tell, this is an item that I meal prepped, so let me show you how I did this. It's kind of like a wannabe roast chicken dinner type thing. I just wanted something super homey and was really craving mashed potatoes. So I don't really do anything in particular to the chicken. It's just salt and pepper, and I like using chicken thighs. They last a lot better for meal prep and for reheating. And then for the green beans, I washed them, chopped off the ends, and then added on some minced garlic. I use just like pre-minced garlic because whenever I have regular garlic in my fridge, it just always goes bad. Then adding on some Parmesan, and I believe I sprayed it down with a little bit of Pam as well. Mixed it around and popped it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Then for my gravy, it's kind of a gravy, but kind of not. It's not at all traditional, but it's suitable for me, and it's essentially no calories. So it's just onions and mushrooms cooked down. I added in some thyme. Then I added in a little bit of chicken stock, and if you want to thicken it up, you can always add cornstarch. I actually ended up blending mine a little bit to make it thicker, but because it's just kind of like mushrooms, onions, thyme, and chicken stock, it's essentially calorie free, but you get that like gravy comforting feeling. So here it is in all of its glory, and I have a little bit of the gravy left that I'm going to heat up and put on it. I'm a huge gravy person. I know it probably looks gross, but it's actually so good. I don't have much gravy left because if I'm being 100% honest with you, I made a homemade poutine yesterday and it was so good. No regrets, but I'm going to put the rest of the gravy on this and eat it up, and it's so delicious. I forgot how much I loved mashed potatoes. For something sweet and oh so delicious, this is one of my favorite things in the world. It is the Blue Menu, so PC mango sherbet. Shout out to my Canadian people. I'm always so excited when I watch someone's video and they have President's Choice. I'm like, they're Canadian. It's not from Trader Joe's. But this is so good. They have a few different flavors, and mango is by far my favorite. It is so delicious. I could eat it every single day. It is a sherbet. It's low in fat. In a serving, you're getting 100 calories, 1 gram of fat, and 15 sugars. And it is such a good, sweet treat. But I don't have it that often because we do most of our groceries from Walmart delivery, and obviously Walmart doesn't stock PC. And we don't have a PC. The closest Loblaws to us doesn't have this, so it's only when we get to No Frills. There's a No Frills like kind of near us-ish that we pick this up. I should have probably bought 2, but yeah, having some of this now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this What I Eat in a Day. I will have a playlist with some more food videos listed down below, along with a lot of the kind of kitchen tools that I mentioned in this video as well. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!